Well, she didn't get to be president, but it looks like Senator Hillary Clinton will play a key role for her former rival. CNN State Department correspondent Zain Verjee is in Washington now this morning. So, Zain, what are people saying about the type of Secretary of State she could end up being?
Well, Heidi, Hillary Clinton has a really high profile, and they're saying that being Secretary of State would really energize foreign policy. The supporters say she's smart, she knows foreign policy, she's a charismatic woman, she's got a strong political base, and she's got more foreign policy similarities with Obama than differences, despite the drama of their fight in the primary campaign. Both are willing to engage adversaries and keep the military options on the table. Hillary Clinton's a lawyer, as you know, by profession, tough negotiator. She's pragmatic. As First Lady, she also traveled the world, met with leaders and women's groups, and championed things like microcredit enterprises that gave her a really great vantage point.
She's obviously going to have a number of priorities with all of the news events that are going on. But first and foremost, she's going to have to get a team together herself, isn't she?
Yeah, she is. I mean, the first critical step, Heidi, is going to be filling out her team at the State Department. She's going to have to figure out a lot of key jobs, too, that need to be filled to make her team strong, including ambassadors around the world. She's got to pick people around it to make sure things run smoothly. But most of all, she has to build trust with the professional foreign service officers, the career foreign service officers, and they should also get considered and should get top appointments as a sign of appreciation for them. And as you know and have pointed out, she's going to face some pretty major foreign policy challenges and will be forced to prioritize what her focus will be.
Absolutely, and probably an interesting confirmation process as well as it goes on here. We will be watching all of that very closely. Zain Verjee, sure do appreciate that. And full disclosure from the former president as well, Bill Clinton releasing a list of donors to his presidential library and foundation. CNN's Jim Acosta has that story.
All across the globe, economic empowerment efforts are making impressive gains.
The people bankrolling Bill Clinton's global dealings have stayed shrouded in secrecy for years. From the contributors who donated millions to the Clinton Presidential Library in Arkansas to the companies paying for his speeches around the world.
We'll never have the level of development we need in Africa.
The backers of his efforts to combat malaria or AIDS.
To help ensure that people everywhere are able to access the care and treatment that can save their lives.
But now the former president has promised to make public the names of some 200,000 donors to his vast foundation, clearing a final hurdle for his wife Hillary Clinton to become Secretary of State.
We've heard a lot of hand-wringing about whether Bill Clinton would stand in the way of his wife or would he be supportive of Barack Obama. He, too, has now signed on in a very fulsome way.
As part of a deal brokered with the Obama transition team, the former president has also agreed to submit his future activities to the same State Department that would be run by his wife, and if necessary, the White House.
I feel especially honored to be here today.
Big moves for a president who likes to do things his way. But they are moves he indicated he can live with.
Whatever they want. This is a deal between President-elect and Hillary.
In all, Mr. Clinton's post-presidential activities with global movers and shakers have raised by some estimates $500 million. Republicans say they'll examine that in Mrs. Clinton's confirmation hearing.
Obviously, you'd want to make sure that the spouse's business dealings did not present a conflict when it came to our relationship with a particular country or a region.
Others in Washington wonder if this ex-president's ease with world leaders could be put to official use.
As a roving ambassador, as someone who takes special appointments, someone who still has ties with leaders all over the world and whose conversations are important. It's a historically unprecedented situation.
Bill Clinton has avoided revealing his donors, noting correctly that such disclosures are not required by law. The former president's reversal on the subject is a sign of just how much his wife wants this job. Jim Acosta, CNN, Washington.